real estate markets, they don't ever stay the same. They're always changing. They're always fluctuating. And this real estate market will require different strategies because it's converting over to being a buyer's market. That's what I believe. It will continue on to be in favor of the buyer. It was in favor of the seller, and then it cycles, as it always has, over to the other side. And sometimes it is a neutral market. It was that prior to the anomaly market happening when, when properties were just flying off the market and being overly priced and all that. Prior to that, it was kind of a neutral market where it was really neither the buyer or the seller, kind of like a limbo state, if you will. But now it is definitely making transition. I just checked, and there are just a little over 28 properties, residential homes, residential properties on the market. And out of that, 1,000 of them have been on the market for 90 days or more. And that's a lot. That's more than, half. So it's going to require different strategies to get properties sold and to get them sold a little bit quicker. You can't just do the same thing. It's not going to work, obviously. So, we have to think of the buyer. What's where's the pain point for the buyer? Right now, it is the interest rates, right? It's hard for them to swallow down these higher interest rates. And, if they think they're going to wait until they're going to drop, well, they're not going to drop anytime soon. And they have to remember they're not going to be paying these interest rates for 30 years. They're going to make commitments to pay for them until they do drop, and they'll have to refinance to get them at lower rates. So we have to make it more appealing, honestly, to a buyer to make an attractive sale, right? So that's what I've been working on. How do I make my listings more attractive to a buyer and yet still appealing for the seller? Because obviously the seller is wanting to get the most they can for their property. So that takes some strategizing, some planning, and I've come up with, it's a promotional plan right now. It's my Thrifty listing plan, and I think it really does meet the objectives that will help both the seller and the buyer, because that's what you got to do. You got to create a win-win for both parties in order to get to a successful closing. That's what it takes. And you have to think outside the box. A couple years ago, I came up with the Move-In Certified program. It's been really successful. And that has created a much more streamlined sale because buyers are more reassured about properties because they are move-in certified. And I'm happy to explain what all that means. It would take a long time and the movie would become War and Peace. We don't want to do that. So I just want to reassure everybody that real estate will continue. It never ever stops. It keeps plodding along, and there will be nice opportunities to be had. And if you find a home that you really enjoy and want to buy, then by all means, find a way to make that happen. And sellers, you're going to have to make some concessions, and you're going to have to trust that your realtor, if that's me, is helping you get the best price, the best terms, and the best conditions to sell your property. And I really feel like my Move-In Certified program helps you get there. And then this Thrifty listing plan that I'm putting out is really, I think, very creative, and it's really meeting the needs in this market that is a little bit quirky right now. So I'm happy to share this with you. My contact information is obviously in the description. I'm Augie Anderson, your Brevard, Florida Realtor, and I've been doing this a while. And you know what? After all these years, I still really enjoy this, and I love the challenge. I'm motivated by challenge. You know, it's like, oh, how do I make this work? How do I get these properties sold, and how do I get them sold kind of quick? That to me is what I enjoy. I want to get these properties sold quickly at the best price and the best terms, and I want the buyer to be happy too. That's okay. And I want the selling agent to feel like we've all done a great job. That's what it takes. It takes everybody kind of being on the same page together, cooperating, and creating a nice selling situation. And it's really doable, and it's really possible. So I'd love to chat with you. I'm available. I'm on standby. My team and I, we want to help you navigate this process because it's doable, and we will get through this market like we get through every market. And I don't really think it's going to be as disastrous as everyone thinks. It's just going to be a change. So bear with it and stick with it. I'm Augie Anderson, your Brevard, Florida Realtor, and I'll be seeing you on the web.